I will be recording 60 videos by 60 channels in 60 days. And this first strategy is brought to us by ColorUp, Jeremy at ColorUp, in fact. It has over 100,000 views since June of 2020. It's an Iron Cross Hedge that he has titled How to Win at a Casino Every Time. It's a craps betting strategy. Hey, my name is Joe and this is my Craps Master journey. Let's make it yours too. Okay, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting off and explain the strategy as it is explained by Jeremy at ColorUp. We're going to go with a $10 minimum table. So his strategy starts off with a $10 don't pass bet. And again, this is called a Iron Cross Hedge strategy. So the $10 DP or don't pass bet, what happens is on a come out, we're going to be trying to get a point established. That $10 will win if the dice is rolled and a 2 or 3 rolls. If a 2 or 3 rolls, we would pay out $10. If a 12 would roll, that would be a push or bar, meaning that we would not win or lose any money. And if the 7, the big red, rolls, we would actually lose that $10. Or if the number 11 would roll, we would lose that $10. Okay, so the strategy, again, like I said, starts off with a $10 don't pass bet. Okay, what we're going to do then is let's establish a point. Let's say we roll it out and we get an 8, which is the point. So we would get a 6 to 8. So our puck would turn on and it would move over to the 8. And with the strategy, what we're going to do is we're going to place 3 units on the 5, 6, and 8. So pretending the unit is $5, we're going to go $15 on the 5. We're going to go $18 on the 8 and $18 on the 6. So that would be 3 units on each of them. We would also go with $10 on the field bet. And then we would go with the don't pass odds, which is going to be always 6 times whatever our bet is here. So that would make it a 3, 4, 5 times odds. So 3, 4, and 5 times odds. And again, like what I said was we're going to go $60 on the don't pass for today since the point is an 8. Okay, and you always put the odds on the dealer side of the table, offset off the first chip. So what would happen now is if the 7 would roll again, we would lose all 3 of these bets here. So these would all come off, but we would get paid out $10 on that don't pass, and we would get paid out $50 on those odds. Okay. So that's what would happen if a 7 would roll. If a 5 would roll, what would happen is we would lose this don't pass. I'm sorry, the field bet we would lose. That would come off, and we would get paid out $21 on the 5. And what that would allow us to do is we would take $10 of that, put it back up on the field, and we would take the other $11, we'd put it into our rack so when we go forward. Okay, the same would happen if the 6 or the 8 rolls. Since it is the same numbers here, we would also get paid out $21 on those. So let's say the 6 rolls here, we would lose that field bet. We would get paid out $21 on that $18 bet. Again, we would take $10 out, take 11 and put it back into our rack. Identically, that would happen on that 8. So now we've taken care of the 7, the 5, the 6, and the 8. we have the 4, 9, 10, 2, 3, 11, and 12 left. So if we look at all the field numbers, 3 through 11, and that does not include the 5, 6, or 8, would pay out even money. So we would not lose any of our other money up here if they 3, 4, 9, 10, or 11 in a row. But we would get paid out an extra $10. And again, what we would do with that then is we would just put it into our rack. If the 2 or the 12 rolls on my table, let's say the 2 rolls, we get paid out double our bet on here. So instead of only getting paid out $10, we get paid out $20 on our bet. Okay, so that's the basis of this strategy. And let's roll it out once for a little bit and see how it rolls, how it actually works. And we're going to probably go just a couple shooters, and then we will call it quits with this video. Again, this is video number 1 of our 60 videos in 60 days by 60 channels. Again, it is brought to us, it was originally aired back in June of 2020 by Jeremy at Color Up, and this is one of his more popular strategy videos. He has over 100,000 views on this. So our puck is going to be off. Excuse me. We're going to start off with a $10 don't pass bet. Puck is off, and we're going to come out, and we have a 6, 5, 11. Okay, for this strategy that don't pass, we lose that $10. And we'll go right back up again with $10. Okay, and we have another 6, 5, 11. Yo, 11. Again, we lose that $10. We'd go right back up again with another $10. And 5, 2, 7. This is not a good start to our strategy. 5, 2, 7. Again, we lose that don't pass. Go back up again with $10. And we have a 6, 3, 9. So neener niner. Okay, so what this is going to allow us to do is the point will become a 9. We're going to go 3 units on the 5, 3 units on the 6, 3 units on the 8. Oops, it's 8. 3, 1, 2, 3. So that gives us $18 on the 6, $18 on the 8, $15 on the 5. We're going to go $10 on that field bet. And again, we're going to go with 6 times odds on the don't pass. So that'll be $60 since we have $10 on there. And I'll set it. And should that hit, since the point is a 9, that'll pay us out $40 for those odds. Okay, and dice out. We have a 6, 1, 7. Okay, that did a roll. That was a 6. So what happens is we lose this money right here. Okay, we lose that field bet, but we're going to get paid out $10 on the don't pass. And like I said, on the odds, we're going to get paid out $40. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40. So in all retrospect, what we're going to do is on this deal, we're going to lose 5, 10. We're losing actually $11 off of this. So basically, that's where the hedge comes in. We're not losing much money since that was a 0.7 out. So we are actually getting paid out quite a bit of our money that we have on the table. So that's where the hedge or the protection comes from here. Let's roll this out again. We'll go with 2 shooters. And let's start with a bankroll this time. We have $200. So we'll go 2 shooters. We'll see where we end up with. So that's 100 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's $200 right here. We'll start off with as a starting bankroll. And again, like I said, we'll go with 2 or 3 shooters and see how it rolls out. So we're going to go $10 on a don't pass. Puck is off and coming out. We have a 6, 5, 11. That is a hot number today. So we're going to lose that $10 and we'll go back up with another $10. And we have a 2, 1, 3. On the don't pass, that does pay out. So we got $10 taken away from us. Now we get paid out $10 on that. Again, we're going to start out with a $10 don't pass. Looking for that point, and our point will be 336, hard 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back out again. We're going to go 3 units on a 5, 3 units on the 6, 3 units on 8. I'm going to pick up $10 worth of pennies. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we have 18 on that 8, 18 on the 6, 15 on the 5. Okay, $10 on that field bet, and we got to put some odds out there. Again, we're going to go $60 in odds. Offset and dice out. 639. That pays out $10 in the field, and we're just going to rack that for now. And coming out, dice out. 415. On the 415, we lose that field bet because it's a no field 5. We get paid out $21 on that 5. And we're just going to replace $10 back in the field, and we're going to put the rest into our rack. And dice out. 6, 4, 10. Again, that has nothing on the board, but we get paid out in the field. Get paid out $10 for that field bet. We're just going to rack that up. 3, 2, 5. Back on that 5. Again, we lose the field. We get paid out $21 for that 5 bet. Take $10, go back up in the field. We're just going to rack the rest. Okay, 4, 2, 6. Again, we're going to lose that field. It's a no field 6. We're going to get paid out $21 on that $18 6 right here. Take $10, go back up on the field, rack the rest. So this is kind of a slow building strategy. We do have the hedge out there, 6, 5, 11. Pays out $10 in that field. Slow building strategy. You try to collect as much as you possibly can. Here's a perfect number, 112. That gets paid out double in the field. So I got 10, 20. Again, we'll rack it. And you could probably further this strategy if you wanted by doing different pressing techniques and stuff like that. Right now, we're just collecting either $10 or $11 at a time. 6, 3, 9. So we get paid out $10 in the field. So everything that we're collecting is basically $10 or $11 after we pay for that field. Hard 8, square pair, 4, 4, 8. Again, we lose that $10. We get paid out $21 in the field. Off the 8 bet, I'm sorry. Put $10 back up, we'll rack the 11. And we have a 6, 4, 10. Turning out to be a little bit longer of a roll. And 5, 6, 5, 1, 6. That is our point. Puck comes off. We lose that $10 in the field. We get paid out $21 for the 6. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to rack all this for right now until we can establish a new point. As of right now, all of our bets out here are off. So we'll put the off chip on. And we will take our odds off for the time being until we can establish that point. So that way if a 7 does roll, we won't lose any of the money out here. The only bet that's active right now is that 5 that's out. I'm sorry, the don't pass bet. Okay, we have a 617, so luckily we have everything turned off. We will lose that $10 out here. We're going to go back up with another $10 on the don't pass. And we have a 628, so our new point will be 8. We're going to take that off chip off. So everything is back on again. We're going to take our $60, put it back up in here on odds. And we're going to take $10 and put it on that field again. Okay, we're going to finish this shooter out, and that'll be the end of a roll since this is a little bit longer of a roll. 6, 4, 10. there's nothing up here. We get paid out $10 on that field. And we're just going to rack that. We have a 2-2-4 hard 4. Again, nothing out here, but we get paid in the field, $10. And we have a 2-1-3. 2-1-3 pays another $10 in that field. And dice out. 5-2-7. So finally 7.7 out, or 7 out finally. So our puck comes off. We're going to lose all of these bets up here. So we're going to lose all the $56, I believe, plus our field bet that comes down. And what we're going to do is we're going to get paid out $10 on that don't pass. We're going to get paid out $40 on the odds. So it's 25. 35, 40. So let's rack this up and see where we did after that one shooter. Again, keep in mind that that one shooter is not a typical shooter because that was a pretty long roll. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 100. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another 100. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we actually made $125 off of that one shooter using the Iron Cross Hedge. Again, brought to you by Color Up, Jeremy at Color Up. And hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craftsmaster journey. Let's make it yours too.